member of the Citrus Financial Services. Anthony has also acquired extensive experience from the Big Four accounting firm KPMG, where he worked in the people and change in the management consulting and advisory practice. Anthony is hands-on and his expertise cut across project planning and implementation, candidate sourcing, screening, and shortlisting of candidates, CV writing, candidate assessments, interviewing, career advice, competency framework design, job profiling, job analysis and evaluation, executive search and selection, organization design, talent management, workforce planning, KPI development, manpower assessment, skills gap assessment, job role definition, corporate strategic change management, HR organization in nice safety. Wow, we're happy having Mr. Anthony Okoro, a recruiter from KPMG. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Can we have you, sir?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. We can hear you.
Okay, my name is Anthony Okoro. I currently work with Core Capital. I've left KPMG some months ago for a career change and for development. So I will be speaking on the topic positioning yourself for job opportunity in the tech space. Okay, I think I should share my screen, right?
Yes, you can.
All right. I guess we can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so this is just the outline of what I will be talking us through this evening. So as I said, the topic is positioning yourself for job opportunities in the tech space. So it will interest you, it will interest us to know that there are a lot of job opportunity in the tech space. If you are hands-on and if you really know what you are doing and you have that connection, Prof and the other speakers have talked much on the tech. So my own we just the emphasis on how you can position yourself in getting a good job, because today in the world, I will tell you that there are few sectors that are doing well. One of them is the tech sector, that if you have opportunity in the tech sector, you will never regret it. One thing about the tech sector is that they are paying very well. That's why you see people wants to go into the tech space. So the process of positioning yourself and beginning your career in the IT space isn't at all that complicated, but it will require some serious decision making and consideration of your own personal goals, expectations, intentions, and flexibility. So when you want to grow a career in the tech space, it's not what you just wake up overnight and say you want to grow a career. It's something that you should have passion for. Like for instance, my younger brother who today works in the tech space, he never studied technology, but it's something that he has that passion for. In fact, he studied biology in the university. So when he came out, he felt that tech is the world is going crazy about tech, and he decided to develop that passion towards that career path. So what he did first was to go into freelancer, working for free, going for job there, trying to see how to position himself for career opportunity. God so kind, there is no good work that will not be rewarded by God. God so kind, he got a good one and he started moving. And today he's doing quite well. So one is you must have that passion that yes, you want to grow your career in that space, even if you don't have anything related in terms of background from the university, you can still make it happen. So now I will be talking about 7 steps on how you can really position yourself in that industry. One is you want to determine your passion, interest, and goal, which I have talked about, and lay out your career path accordingly. there are different in the tech space. There are different thing, different. There are different career paths in the tech space. So as we go on, you will be seeing some of the career paths. So another having position, having have that passion on how to grow your career in the tech space is another thing. Is it is vital that to understand your passion, interest, and goal so you can discover or not if information technology is the field. Because now, if you don't have that passion, what you don't like, there is no way you can succeed on it. For instance, in the secondary school, most of us don't like mathematics. So there is no way that if they are teaching maths, we understand it very well, except if we have that passion that, yes, I want to study. Thing for you to get good career in the tech space is for you to determine that passion, for you to grow that passion within you, for you to ensure that that passion, it's as if it is born, it is inbuilt, it's what was born with you. That is one of them. The another thing to do is to narrow down your area of interest. Like I said, there are different areas of interest in the tech space. So, like for instance, some of the few ones I have listed here, we have software engineer, we have computer technical support specialist, we have database administrator, we have computer network architect, we have network administrator, hardware engineer, system administrator, React Native, network support specialist. So these are just few of them we have in the tech space. For instance, we will talk about the React Native. We are talking about the mobile app. Today, that space is selling. Before now, we can see people that they have knowledge in Android, people that can develop app in Android, iPhone. But today they have grown more than that. We are talking of React Native. Is what you can really, it's the way forward now. One of the way forward in the tech space. So these are some of the few areas of interest we have in the tech space. And like I said, you must not be a subject matter expert in this area before you start a career in this area, on these areas. What you just need to do is to have passion on it. For instance, I was not born to be a recruiter. I started my HR and I said I want to become a specialist. And I look at two areas of human resources. I say, okay, these are the two areas I want to build a career: performance management and what recruitment. And today, I can tell you that recruitment is what I do with passion. And I have got so kind of worked in big places, and I have happened to come in contact with big connects, big clients in the industry. So it's because of the passion I have. So I will lay emphasis that you must not study any of this subject area before you start a career on them. It's for you to have that passion, that flair, that love. If you have those passion, if you have that passion, you have that flair, if you have that love, it's for you to take the next step. It's for you to go for it. So that will lead me to my next slide. Is what transitioning yourself from self-taught IT skills to career skills. Now, take some time to consider your self-taught skills and proceed accordingly. There are a number of possible careers in information technology. When selecting an IT path, it can be useful to consider your self-taught skills prior to making any decision. If you have information technology related abilities, and if you find the work to be what interesting. So what this slide is telling us about is, okay, now you say you want to build a career in the IT space, and you don't have that simple background. You don't have that background. That is not what you study in school. Now, this slide is telling us that irrespective of that is not what you study in school, you can still build the career. It's for you to transform your thoughts into action. Just to go and have that soft skills, go for training like our prof said, is for you to develop your skills. The emphasis on skill development cannot be overemphasized. You will not wait for your company that you are working for to develop you. If you want to become somebody, you must go out of your comfort zone and develop yourself. That is what I do. I try to read online. I try to look for courses on a daily basis that will develop me. Because because the working environment is becoming more competitive. It's becoming more competitive. So what employers are looking for are people that have that needed skills. Hey, just a minute. So it's people that have that needed skills that companies are really looking for. So when you have that needed skills, you can really develop your career. And the skills cannot be overemphasized. The skills are much. So it's for you to just have that needed skills. When you have that needed skills, then you are good to go. So that will lead us to our next slide. Sorry, just a minute. It's just a big distraction from my child. Apologies about that. So like I was saying, it's for you to have that passion that yes, you want to grow your career in that aspect. So the next is to decide, because you know the IT guys today, they have flexible working hours, because most of them, especially those that develop, the developers, software developers, there are people that don't want to stay in an environment that is distracting. They want to be in an environment where there's maximum focus without distraction, because they are working with their intellect, their brain is always at work. So even when you pass, they will get distracted. So you need to function out the way your working hours will be when working in the IT space. It is those that develop career in the IT space has that ability to decide how their working hours should be, because that is what matters on that aspect. Then, having said that, we'll go to the critical aspect of this talk, of this session. You've developed your skills, you've grown the passion, you've seen the industry. The next thing is to build your CV. So what you have developed your skill on. Now, today you will see people tell you that there are no jobs in the country. My brother, it's not true. We have more than millions of jobs for everyone in this country. What we lack is the needed skills, sincerely speaking. And you will say, if you, and you see some people saying that if you don't, it's only man, no man that you can use to get a job, that if you don't know anybody, you will not get a job. I will tell you, I'm a living testimony. I have worked up, if you look at, I have 8 years of experience, and I have worked in 8 places currently. If I should show you my resume, I have worked in different places, 8 places. I have never known any place except my first job that I got that I wanted to start with. The rest 7 places I have worked, including KPMG, Boss and Cedar, including my current place of work. That currently where I work is a group of companies with 11 subsidiaries spread all over Africa. I don't know anybody. I always apply online. The important thing is for you to build your CV. For instance, I have 3 CVs. Like I said, that I developed my passion in what? In human resources. In human resources, I became a specialist in performance management and what? Recruitment. So I have CV for recruitment, I have CV for performance management, and I have CV as a generalist in human resources. So we have a lot of jobs. In fact, at a point in time, when I was still at KPMG, at times I will be getting 3 interview invites in a day, trying to choose which one to go for, trying to choose which one to postpone before I got to this one I am currently. It happens currently where I am. I've gotten not less than 10 invites of recently joined, but I told you I just joined a place, I don't want to move. So the important thing is not just to have that skills, but to build your resume that fits the job description, because your CV is the first first call by the recruiter. Your CV is the first contact that will tell the recruiter who you are. Your CV tells more about the recruiter. So even if you are good, you are a first class, you have a master's degree, you are a professor, and your CV is not built according to that job, it's not meeting that job specification and skills requirements, my brother, you will not get invited. That is the truth. Because one, you can talk, you can speak, you are hands-on, you can deliver, you can add value, but your CV must attract the recruiter or employer for you to have that chance to come and speak or to come and talk on what you can do. So your CV is very important in everything we are doing here. At the end of the day, what you need to go home with your CV, just ensure that your CV is well built, is well structured. In fact, I will tell people that if I build your CV for you, I can guarantee you that you have 95% of being invited for an interview. Whether you get the job is left for you. But me, I will ensure that there are 95% of you being invited for an interview. That is the power of our CV. So if your resume, your CV is not well built, then no matter the skills you have developed, no matter the amount of money you have spent in your career in building yourself, in training and development, if your CV is not meeting up, man, forget about it. That is just the truth. Because your CV is the first point of call by the employer. As a recruiter, I'm telling you out of experience. And today you see people ask questions that, what about cover letter? Is it okay to attach cover letter while sending a CV? Well, I am not saying cover letter is not good at all. Like today, for me, as a recruiter, I don't look at cover letter because I have up to more than 100 CVs to screen. So what time will I be looking? What time will I have in looking at a cover letter when in less than 5 or 10 minutes, I want to screen 100 CVs? Not that cover letter is not good. In any job advert that they require, they say, attach your cover letter and CV, it is fine. But if the job requirement is telling you CV, please just send your CV. But if they ask for cover letter, it's fine. In fact, myself, I have seen so much job adverts that they will ask for cover letter and CV. Me, I have not submitted cover letter. I only attach my CV and I still get the invite. It is not by might, it's not by power, it's just by the grace of God. I still get the invite. I can remember maybe 1 or 2 occasions that I have submitted cover letter. In that place where I submitted cover letter, it's either a government work or in the oil and gas sector. But any other way, I have not submitted cover letter. I will just send my CV and I still get invited. So the power, you can't underestimate the power of your CV. Your CV is a summary of who you are. So it must be up there. It must be a top notch. Time is running against me. Let me stop there. Then, having said that, the next thing is to go for what? You say go on the job hunts. After you have received your IT certification, education, you know, I talked about going for training, going for driven certification. It's good to have certification to back your what? Degree. Yes. In fact, some people without certification today, with only their degree alone, they are still doing well. Why? Because they know what they are doing. But you cannot stop there. Like Prof said, you must acquire knowledge. You must keep acquiring knowledge. Like my dad will always tell me, Anthony, keep acquiring knowledge. So you must acquire knowledge. So you go for certification, go for professional courses that will make you stand out from your peers. For instance, all of you have the needed BSc qualification, you have the experience, all of your CV is well built. What next would they be looking at? They will be looking at the certification as related to that role that you're applying for. So it is important that we go for certification. So I think that is a summary of what I will be talking on in terms of what positioning yourself for job opportunity in the tech space. Like I said, there are a lot of job opportunity, not only in the tech space in Nigeria as a whole, but what we don't have is the needed skills and experience. And that has also affected our ability to build our CV. Some people have the needed skills and experience, but they don't know how to structure their CV to meet that job requirement. So one is for us to know that we must build our CV to meet that job requirements. And I think I will stop here and have some few questions. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, sir. And this training is very needed. I think to me it's like a crown to people is main focus, how we can position ourselves for a job opportunity. And you also said a lot on that. And I would love to just make emphasis on some of the points you said. You said we should, one of the steps on how we can position ourselves is to decide our availability and desired work hours. There are a lot of jobs nowadays in IT space that they may that's why sometimes you see some IT professionals, they tend to like work heavily, work for lengthy period of time. I think it's something that IT professionals need to into consideration in this, so that we know about work ourselves. We must also be able to plan ourselves in deciding our availability, whether this job is something that I can go for, or you check for other course or other job that you think is going to suit you, or that is going to help you in developing yourself and that won't overwhelm you. And you also said we should build our resume tailored to our tailored to the job requirement. The truth is that we must building a resume is something that is very a bit is to me is somehow is we need a professional touch. It's something that we need someone that can help us with. So I'm saying that Mr. Antonio Okoro, can you help us? At least we are just few here. We are few people here. We are few people here, and I believe that few of us here we should be able to tap into your professionalism and see if you can help us. Just 6 people: Ajibola Badmos and Gabriel Agbo Williams, Iho, and Optimistic. I don't know your name, please. You can just send your email address and honor Amobi. Please, I would love that. I don't know, Mr. Antonio, I'm showing this to you publicly. Can you help us build our resume?